Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Summon 8. I'm gonna do a little bit of an explanation as to why, to what's happening right now. And I'll probably explain this again in Fate Extra, so sorry if you'll hear this 2 times in a row, but there's been some serious, not serious, it's not serious anymore. My little brother, he needed, if you remember in the last Fate Extra video, at the end I said I was going to be interrupted. My little brother was sick that day and I didn't think it would be that big of an issue, but it turns out, I won't get too deep into the details of it, but he really needed to go to the hospital and he went into the OR. He's fine now. He's gonna make a good recovery, and I just want to let you guys know that videos may be a little bit sporadic from now on because I'm gonna be busy because school started, and you know, with the little hospital thing that happened there, it's just gonna be a little bit hectic. He's fine now. If you're worried about my family, thank you, but they're fine. They're fine now. He should be home in a few days. He's in the hospital to recover a little bit, but he'll be fine. And I'm wondering what just happened there with that weird cut. You know, some of you might be wondering why I'm not too worried or why I haven't stopped making videos. You know, because of my little brother. Just because he doesn't want me to just be sad all the time. He's told me himself that he wants me to continue doing what I do, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I just thought I might as well give you a little bit of insight as to what's going on, so you guys have a better understanding of what exactly I'm going through. Now, I think what went on there was just me going back up. If I think that was the case. If not, then I was just exploring I think that was me just cutting back up, you know, to the surface. If not, then that was me going to the bottom of the dungeon and then going back up the labyrinth, going as far down as I could and then going back up. So sorry if I did some weird cut there. I've lost the footage, I no longer have it. So sorry about that, but Labyrinth isn't too interesting anyway. It's pretty straightforward, so yeah. So anyway, you guys that are interested are all up to date, and I just thought I might as well just give you a general overview of what's going on, as I said before. So if I'm in a more not desperate tone, I don't know, quieter, sadder tone, then you know why. So for the next few videos it should be like this, but I'm not gonna stop making videos because I'm not gonna. He's all right. That's why I'm not too distraught over it. The Monday's video was in the works right as he went into, you know, when we took him to the doctors. I didn't think it was gonna be so serious, just so you guys know. But anyway, like I said, he's fine. Don't worry about it. What I did learn is that some people in the hospital, it's everywhere, but there was this one guy in the hospital. I won't say too much about him, but he went into the waiting room where we were in, the surgical waiting area, and he just stood there for a while. And he was an older gentleman, and me and my family were wondering when he was there, and then my uncle went up to him and asked him, like, do you need help? And he didn't really say much, he just sort of mumbled. And then and after we asked him if he was looking for an exit, and he just told us to fuck off and then went off somewhere else. I mean, I found that more humorous than anything, but yeah. There's something in my mouth there. It's not a chair because I'm not one to keep any sort of things too hidden. Of course, I want to go into too in detail as to what happened because some people out there probably could find me if I just give up if I tell the entire story. I don't care if people find out about my background, but my family's background, or they keep their privacy intact. I don't care much for my privacy. Sure, if you really want to find out about me, go ahead. Don't go ahead. I revoke that permission. Stop. Stop it. Don't do it. If I go ahead, I mean, I'm not gonna cry over it. It's not the end of the world, because no, I'm a person that do anything to protect my family. I care deeply about my family. I know that's not the same for everyone, but with my family, I care for them deeply. You know, it's a little bit more of a sentimental episode today, but you know, you guys can guess why that exactly is the case. I'm sorry if you wanted to come here for a happy episode, but you know, these videos are kind of a way for me to vent. I have friends I could vent to, but you know, I don't see them all the time, and I just feel like this is a good way for me to let out what I've been feeling, let you guys know what's going on, and understand what exactly is going on with me. Because it's sort of like I've been saying, it keeps a piece of me. A piece of me is left behind when I make these videos, in whatever time that these videos were made. So people watching in the future will know that what was I going through these little events, and probably can put a little bit of a story about me. They could find out how I've grown, and you know, that kind of stuff. And I'm sure this is kind of an interesting background noise to people too, listening to one of my stories that's happened to me recently. And I mentioned that there would probably be no summon night yesterday because of that serious personal matter. He said we didn't think it was going to be so serious, but it just happened. So I'll let you know right now, if any of your family members are feeling sick and they haven't gotten better after a few hours, you probably should take them directly to the doctors. Don't wait a day, because if we waited, it would have been much more worse than it was right now. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you feel just a little bit of pain somewhere and it's been going on for a while and it's not going away, go to the doctors. Even if it's nothing, you're not going to regret it, because if it is something, you're going to regret it when you didn't catch it earlier. That's all. That's what I'm going to say. So, that's all I'm going to say. So, if you're a parent or something like that, and your child has been sick, throwing up or whatever, and he hasn't stopped for after a few hours, hasn't felt better, and even if it's because this happened on my brother's first day of school, right before the first day of school, this is what happened. And so it doesn't matter what the occasion is, even if your child was like complaining about going somewhere, and just the day before he just happens to get sick, take him to the doctor. He might not be faking it. My little brother wasn't. We didn't think he was faking it either. You know, the most we thought was that he might have been overplaying it a little bit, because you know, the next day was school for him. But that wasn't the case. My mother especially just took him to the hospital immediately. She knew something. She knew he wasn't getting better, so she took him directly to the hospital. Well, to our normal doctors, well, to the emergency section of our, you know, where we usually go, and then we were told to go to another hospital that specialized in the particular ailment that my brother went under. And what was interesting though is that they felt something was wrong, but they didn't give us an ambulance to actually go over to the hospital, because they told us where to go, but they didn't necessarily tell us to go there immediately. They just, hey, you should probably take him over here. They didn't give us transportation like an ambulance right there or anything. We had to drive over there ourselves. What they did do is they did call the hospital ahead of time and let them know that we were coming over there. But I guess they might not have had an ambulance on hand at the time or whatnot. But it was kind of odd that they didn't have something like that to transport him over there quickly. This is something I've noticed. So if your family member or something like that is in a similar situation, ask ask for an ambulance or something like that. You might as well ask, because you never know whether those few hours could make it or break it. And I'm not saying that if we waited longer, I'm pretty sure if we waited like one more day, it would have been a lot. It would have been a little bit, in a lot of, not trouble, a lot of pain, a lot more pain than he is right now. Because we went in there, he got surgery, after a few hours, the doctor checked him out. So I'm just warning you guys right now that take care of your family members. I'm just telling you guys that right now, because you never know when something is going to happen to them. We never thought this was going to happen to my little brother, and there's no way to prevent what he had either. It just happens. So be careful. Be careful out there, guys. I may seem a bit childish at times, all that stuff, but I care for you guys as other human beings. So I'm just telling you guys now that because I went into this kind of situation that I never expected to happen to my family. Yeah, I just want you guys to know that if your family members are having any issues, and you feel like they're not getting any better, take them to the doctor. It doesn't hurt. I'm sure there are people out there that are unable to go to the doctor for one reason or the other, but if you feel like your family member it really is not getting any better, then you should try to get him to the doctor as soon as you possibly can. I want everybody to be as happy as they can be. A little bit naive as an ideal, I suppose, but it's something that I suppose I'd try to work towards. Because my little brother especially likes watching videos from YouTubers. They make him happy. So if you're a YouTuber, know this, that you're making someone out there happy, whether they're going through a bad day, a bad time, or whatnot. And I know people watch my videos, and I know they're enjoying my content. So if I'm making you happy, maybe not so happy, but intrigued, then that's good enough for me. If you enjoy my videos for what they are, then thanks for that. Thanks for everything, guys. I really mean it. I didn't want this episode to be too sentimental, but it's something that I needed to talk about, really. I could have made an update video on whatnot, but that's not really not my style, to be honest. And people here for the gameplay or the story can just skip to those particular parts. So I'm not really too worried about talking over, not really explaining the gameplay. This episode doesn't have anything particularly too interesting or tough in it, I should say. So that's why. There may not be an episode tomorrow. I'll try to get that worked out. I think there's going to be an episode maybe on Thursday instead. Because I don't have much more footage of this. I don't think I have any more footage. I think this entire the rest of this video is the last bit of footage I have. So Summon Night will probably be put on hold until next week. So I'm just gonna let you guys know that I'm just now. I'm gonna put it in the comments. I'm gonna make an announcement that Summon Night is gonna be put on hold until next week, simply because of lack of time. I've recorded the entirety of Fate Extra already, so Fate Extra will go up as soon as possible, but I don't have enough time to record more Summon Night right now. I'll record more Summon Night during the weekend, so you guys are gonna have to wait a little bit more for Summon Night. And maybe Super Robo Wars as well, because of the situation currently going in. I like to say I'm sorry. I'll say I'm sorry anyway. Because, I said I'd, record in advance and get these videos ready for you guys so you can watch them no matter what the occasion is, but I haven't been doing that. So I'll try to get a video up of this on Thursday. If I can't, then I can't. I'll try to get at least 2 other episodes up later this week. That's all I can say. I'll probably try to get 2 episodes up on Sunday. And I enjoy it. I appreciate you guys' patience with all this. Thanks. I know a lot of you may not have wanted to hear this, but it's something that you guys should all know. Or maybe you've heard this already or been through a similar situation. But yeah, this is something you all should know and be ready to face. Because you all think it's not going to happen to you, but it is. It's going to happen to your... I shouldn't say it is. It can happen. It can happen to you. It can happen to a friend. It can happen to you. Whatever you think can happen to you, it can. You're not invincible. I never thought I was invincible. I never did. But it's the same situation. I never expected this to happen. That was the thing. I knew I wasn't invincible. I knew my family wasn't invincible, but I never thought it would. It never occurred to me that it would happen, especially to my younger sibling. You know, I would switch place with any of my siblings and family members. If they had some serious disease or something like that, I would want to switch with them. You know, I mean, you know, I'm sure a lot of people don't have to share the same sentiment, share the same opinion, general idea, whatever you want to call ideal, and that's fine. If you rather yourself just be okay, then that's fine. Everybody's different. I may criticize somebody, but I'll never try to directly harm or hurt somebody because of their own beliefs. But I may criticize their beliefs, but I don't mean to directly harm you or anything like that. If you felt like that I've hurt your beliefs or something like that, I never mean to cause any harm. I'm just criticizing. I may not give the most beautiful, good criticism, but I try, alright? I try my best to deliver the content that I want. And like I said, these videos are a way for me to vent sometimes if I'm going through a tough time in my life, because it's just a way to easily talk about something. You know, that maybe somebody out there is going to listen. I do this for fun. It's a hobby, and it's just something I feel that I can talk about anything in. I don't necessarily, like I said, I record and I do posts, so it may not necessarily, what I'm talking about may not necessarily match the current video content, but really I'm just talking. Whenever I make these videos, I just talk. I talk and I talk and I talk. I'm going to talk about good things, I'm going to talk about things, and I may not talk about things well. And I feel that's fine. People subscribe to me because they enjoy either the gameplay I have or my commentary. If they enjoyed my commentary, then you guys know. If you enjoy my commentary, then you know exactly how I talk and what I talk and what I talk about in videos. I don't usually talk about what's going on. And if you're just watching it for the gameplay, then you're just watching it for the gameplay. You don't give a damn about what I talk about, and that's perfectly fine either. If you just care about the gameplay, go ahead, just watch the gameplay, watch the story, whatever, do whatever the heck you want. If you're gonna use my footage, then give me credit though. Yeah, if you're gonna use my footage for like a review because you can't get footage for anything like that, either private message me or at least link my channel in the description of whatever video I'm making. An incredible change in things that have tone in what I was talking about, but yeah, I'm that kind of person. I don't tend to, you know, if something bad happens to me, of course I'll be sad for a little while, but I don't tend to let it get to me for too long, because I know my family members want me to be happy, and I'll be sad, but I won't be sad forever. My dad was telling me earlier that if he were to, you know, get a game over, so to speak, that he you know, he want us to be sad and whatnot, but life goes on. He would want us to do better in life. He would want us to move on. He was telling me that if for some reason that we had $1 million contract or whatever to go to Los Angeles, saying me act or whatever, not necessarily $1 million contract, we're using that as an example, so to say, and he gets a call, and we get a call over there saying that, you know, his game was over, then He told me that he would want us to finish the contract and then come back later because life goes on. He won't. Life goes on. Whatever happens, life just goes on. Be sad, but don't be sad forever. That's essentially what I'm trying to get at. Cry, mourn, whatever, but don't be sad forever. Life goes on. Sure, it isn't the case for every sort of family member out there, any sort of friend or whatever. It's not the case for everybody, but if you cared about that person, and if they cared about you, then they would want you to be happy. I don't try to destroy the guy's weapon because I do more damage than it's really worth. Just thought I mentioned the gameplay a little bit. So yeah, a bit of a downer episode today, I suppose. But yeah, this video is gonna end soon. So I'll see you guys again next time, whenever that is, and hopefully it'll be a bit of a more normal episode than normal. See you guys.